Okay, I'm recording, so let's play the BroNEcast theme song. Everyone ready? Sing along if you know the words that don't exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to wonder what friendship could be. Big adventure and some fun. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong. Sharing kind is an easy feat. Magic makes it all the way down.
BroNEcast live at Nerd-Kon!
Very exciting.
I'm your host for this day, this evening, wherever you decide to listen to this live podcast. My name is Laugh Track, and today we are joined by my co-host, Pill Pusher.
Pills here!
We have the great and powerful Shelltoon with us.
Nerds! Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
We have the Teak and Mimid Cluster here.
Hi.
No, Teak and Mimid.
Mimid?
Teak and Mimid.
Meek and Timid
We're
Cluster.
inventing our own words now.
Yeah, the BroNEcast dictionary. Look for it. And of course, our fantastic Dr. Onyx Marble.
We still haven't got a catchphrase from me.
No.
That is your catchphrase.
Well, you had
See, now I'm just saying my
I got 50
catchphrase.
different catchphrases that I come up
You
with.
should just start
so
yelling catchphrase.
Just
I'll do that.
improvise.
Catchphrase!
I'll start that next week.
Or actually, you know what you should do is you should just start taking catchphrases from 80s sitcoms. Like every time we start a broadcast, just do a different one. Just hey,
Look
hey,
what
hey,
the
what's
cat
happening?
dragged in.
Yeah, just hey. Anything like that. Before we introduce our guests that can't be seen because of an audio podcast, but our crowd can see them, right? Yeah. We have to take this time to do the obvious selling of our souls and thank our sponsors, like Ponies in Omaha, Nebraska, which you can see at this very hotel, the Sheraton, May 10th through the 12th. It's going to be awesome. So tickets are still available. This is the last weekend for pre-reg, though. So get your tickets either today, tomorrow, or day of the con. I think it's going to be excellent. We also need to thank our other sponsor, MyLittleTies.com, which produced this awesome rainbow dash tie I'm wearing. See? Where you can use the coupon code BroNEcast, that's BroNEcast with an N-E, not an N-Y, to save 10% on your purchase.
BroNEcasts there are out there.
There's like 3. There are 3 BroNEcasts.
BroNEcasts out there.
Yeah, I'm not very original, sir. There are 3 BroNEcasts out there.
Well, at least ours is spelled differently, so
Yeah.
people can at least point us out, unlike the other 3.
Yeah, and then we have our good friend Eric Reidenauer, the writer, producer, director of the My Little Pony fan film, Journey of the Spark, who helps kick a little bit our way in terms of promotion. So let's give a big hand for all of our sponsors. And now, we're going to announce our guests. Our first guest is, we found him in the parking lot. He's a nice guy. He is the brother, I'm repeating this, the brother of the voice actress of Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. We have Daniel Libman.
Hello.
You can talk into the microphones if you guys want, just since you're over there and this microphone's way over here. But if you just want to enunciate, that's fine too. I'm sure my microphone can hopefully pick it up.
It's great to be here, Chris.
It's great to have you, Dan. Hold me. Hold me by the fire.
Laugh Track. Speaking of Dan, we actually have something for Dan for coming out here.
Yes, we do, actually.
We have 2 amazing My Little Ties, Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie.
What is that?
That's a hug. That's what we do.
I am jealous.
Oh, no. You got a hug, don't you?
Let me just gather the pieces of my broken heart. And we'll thank. Let's welcome our next guest, the plusher in charge of White Dove Creations, White Dove Creations. Oh, we're very happy to have you. I see you've got your CMC all lined up in a row there.
I do. I couldn't go anywhere without my CMCs.
Oh, well, we're very happy to have you, and Apple Bloom, Scootaloo, and Sweetie Belle. They're all welcome to talk into the microphone if they, can talk.
Oh, they can. They seem to.
All right. They're pretty shy. I understand this. Our next guest, of course, Draw Ponies. Woo!
Hello, everyone.
Draw Ponies, we are very happy to have you on here. I know we kind of have a date set up for Pon3Con as well, but let's just have some fun. This is going to be a very good time.
No, this is a no fun podcast. After
what?
No fun.
When did this change?
No
Pretty
fun
much like
whatsoever.
as I ran and got those ties.
Oh. Sad out.
I know. So no more fun here.
And then our last host, which I'm sure some. Yeah, you're the new 6th member of BroNEcast. I hope you don't mind. We meet on Sundays at my basement.
That's a true story.
I have a cat.
That's not creepy at all.
No, not at all. I have a cat. His name's Larry. You're not allergic to cats, are you?
I am.
Yes.
Oh.
I am too. I'm so happy about this.
Well, I guess we can't. I guess we can't have Andrea Libman as a host,
Aww.
but you can still be a guest tonight.
Okay.
So, Andrea Libman. First of all, thank you so much for being on the show. I assure you, your families are safe. I know. Sometimes the article made of, or the letters made of People Magazine letters is a little heavy, but it worked. I mean, we're here to have fun, right? So,
Yeah, this is a no fun podcast. No fun here. No fun.
okay. So, in case we're kind of a crazier show, I'm going to try and keep things in order. We're going to try and be as respectful as possible because I really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for joining us today here at Nerd-Kon. It means a lot to have you guys. So, can you guys give these guys a round of applause real fast? Just we greatly appreciate all of you taking the time. And right then, let's stop being sappy because we've used 7 minutes and like 22, 23, 24 seconds of our time. Let's talk about some ponies, all right? And we're going to start by asking questions. And the obvious question that we have to ask everyone at this table, favorite pony. It's the hardest question around. So we are going to ask, and you can pick someone that you don't do the voice of yourself if you would like.
Applejack's always a good option.
Or, Rainbow Dash, whatever.
I hear Twilight Sparkle's supposed to be the best.
It's not like there's 6 of them.
Shelton knows what's up.
Rainbow Dash. Can I get a Fizzam? Fizzam!
Wow.
So, we'll start with, we can start with Dan and then pass it down. So, Dan, who's your favorite pony?
What do you got for us?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Look into your heart.
No pressure.
Yes! I'll take it. I will take Fluttershy.
That's a lie.
You had to go with what's on his
Yeah,
tie.
okay.
He has a pinky tie over there, too.
Rarity is mine.
All right, excellent.
Come on.
Sorry for you. I'm sorry, Andrea. I love Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, but Rainbow Dash is my favorite.
And Andrea, who would be your favorite?
I don't have a favorite.
Did see do?
Sorry.
Thank you.
Fan favorite pony.
All right, that works. Rain Cloud, got it.
Rain Cloud.
We all know about his best pony, hands down.
All right. From there, we're going to go on to another question. This is also for all of you, and it's how did you first come across the bronies? And we can go the opposite way or the same way. Just whoever wants to answer first, just raise your hand or.
Well, I came across them. We were in the studio recording, and Jason Thiessen, the director, came in and told us about them. He goes, "There's this thing called bronies," and we're like, "No, there's not." And he goes, "Yeah, there's this huge. It's online. You've got fans, like it's dudes." We're like, "No." So we totally didn't believe him when he first told us, and then went home, Googled it, and lo and behold, it was true. So that's how I came across it.
I am a Redditor. I love Reddit. And
Yes.
This is my homie from Reddit, My Little Pony. And I was seeing people talking about them on the threads, and I was like, what is this, and why would I care? This looks completely stupid. But then I tried it, and I was like, what? This is amazing! I love the writing, I love the characters, I love the voice acting. The voice acting is phenomenal. The entire cast is just amazing.
Here's your $20.
Yes, I'm sponsored by Andrea Libman today.
You really messed up on the whole Rainbow Dash thing, though. I don't know how that happened.
You didn't pay me enough.
Darn.
BroNEcast, we pour ourselves out for money.
But I just got really involved with the community. The art community, I started drawing ponies, and there was an amazing community on Reddit that just really helped me.
I just got that! You draw ponies, your name is Draw Ponies.
I know. It's so
I'm late to the
surprising.
party.
But,
Mine too. Wow, welcome.
but that's how I became a brony.
All right, excellent.
Well, I've been with Wind Up Creations for 12 years before I had ever heard of bronies or anything like that before, but I got involved through my kids. My daughter told me that my son liked My Little Pony, which I thought was so bizarre, I just ignored it for a month. And until one day that we were in Toys R Us and I found out that he was trying to buy My Little Ponies, and that's when he told me that he really liked the show and that I needed to watch them, and he sent me all the first year or the first season's episode, which I watched back to back and fell in love with them. And he asked me to make a plush, and that's how I got involved. And he explained at that time that he was a brony and what bronies were, and so I just embraced it big time.
All right, thank you.
I got a forwarded email from my sister on a news article about bronies.
Go on.
Tech savvy men in their teens, 20s, and 30s. And kind of went from there, and I've been to a couple conventions with my sister, and it's been a blast. Been really enjoying myself.
Now, Dan, are you a brony? Like, do you consider yourself one of us?
Well, I'm a bro.
You are a bro.
I'm a bro.
You're the bro.
Bro of a couple ponies.
Yeah, 2 ponies. That's pretty
2
good.
ponies. So on my name tag it does say the bro,
Fair.
and I'm missing the NIE, I guess.
And why, but whatever.
Semantics.
That's how I interpret it.
All right. Well, excellent. I guess next one will. I'm trying to keep the questions that can apply to everyone, but we do have some specific ones a little bit later. Let's see. I'm sorry. I guess I want to ask you all, what did you do before your current job? So, I mean, I know you've been voice acting since you were 6, you said? So I guess, what was it like being
I'm
5
naughty.
years old?
I forget that people can't see me. What's
So,
that?
what did you do when you were 5 years old, I guess? Let's
The earlier years.
Well, I was just a normal kid.
Fair enough.
Don't you have your degree in engineering, though?
Yes, I do. I have a degree in civil engineering.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent. Job well done.
Thank
Given
you.
that education. Neil, how about yourself?
Sure. I graduated with a degree in business about a year ago, and I actually started doodling ponies in class just for fun. And what I was doing when I first got out of college was I run a audiobook channel on YouTube. It's about 250,000 hits a month. And so I needed something to fill my time, and so I started doing live streams, and people started to follow my artwork, and that's what happened.
All right. Thank you.
Well, I'm into real estate, and I own quite a few rental properties and apartments, and so I'm a landlord, and that's what I do full time. And about 12 years ago, I started selling the Native American regalia, and so that's kind of where White Dove came from. So that's what I did before Ponies.
All right. And Dan, what did you do before Ponies?
Do you really want to know?
Yes. We need to know.
Must.
You're the A-lister on this panel.
The questions always come to me, and I go, do they really want me to be talking right now?
Yes.
Am I that important?
Yes,
Yes.
you are.
You're very important.
I must know the world depends on it.
Yeah. What's up
Well,
with that?
I also have a business degree too, and yeah, high five, man, nice. And now I sell snowboards.
All right. Excellent.
Can you make a BroNEcast snowboard?
That would be really cool.
Like, we have no hills here, but we just want one.
There's bronies on snowboard though.
Just hang
But
up and Chris
it's
said.
Nebraska podcast.
Yeah.
NE podcast.
Yeah.
So, I mean, miniature one.
You said there's a couple hills you can sled down.
Yeah, like Creighton's Hill is like a very not inclined plane at all. No.
We can make it happen.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We can make
We'll find
work.
it. Hills here?
way to
Not really.
Hills.
All right, excellent. This next one, very deep, very philosophical question. So I hope you guys don't mind. We're gonna peel back. We're gonna get into some old wounds here. Does anyone have a problem with that?
Yes.
Laugh track.
Then you can be exempt if you want. But it's if Jimmy has 20 candy bars and he eats 18 of them, and Carol has 5 more candy bars than Jimmy, what does Jimmy have?
No life.
Come on, I
What does he have left?
Just what does he have?
My answer would be diabetes.
That is
That's
correct. But it's
Especially if the candy bars were pony shaped.
Oh yeah. I figured that was implied. Does anyone have a different answer outside of diabetes, though?
No.
Well, I mean, draw ponies, we must deduct those points because you didn't answer in the form of a question.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
What is diabetes?
There we go.
Okay.
This is a question.
Perfect. All right. So we have another one here, which is if you couldn't do what you're doing now, what do you think you would be doing as a career? So if you couldn't voice act,
Well, I'd probably be engineering.
all right. Any particular field?
Well, my degree's in civil, so but I kind of focus more on environmental type things. I did a lot on. This is so boring.
Oh, it's interesting to someone. If you want, I'll turn up the heel house here.
Talking, and I was bored by my own voice.
Then do it in a different voice.
You have to.
Well, I'd be engineering, and yeah.
That's great. I would probably be focusing more on my YouTube channel, and I would likely be taking a graduate business degree, which I would completely hate myself if I was doing that because I don't enjoy doing school for business. I'd rather be actually doing business. That's the fun part. So,
All right.
I would be doing exactly what I'm doing now because that's my career. It's the real estate. If I didn't have ponies, I'd be looking for something else to make at night because I'm a Class A type personality and a workaholic. So I'd be finding something else to make at night.
Excellent. Dan, this is important.
So much pressure.
You'd be making skis, wouldn't you?
Oh, no. Me standing sideways. 2 planks, no dice.
So skateboards then? Maybe?
Skateboards.
Yeah. Totally awesome. All right. Now we'll go back into kind of another pony question, which I figure this is just personal preference, but who would you say your favorite antagonist from My Little Pony is? And we're going to include Smooze and every other generation here as well. So,
But Generation 3.5 is its own antagonist. Like, that was just awful.
the witches from the movie are not my favorite antagonists.
they aren't?
No. I like Discord personally.
Me too. Yeah, Discord's so awesome.
All right. Big fan of Discord.
Have you gotten to meet John Delancey?
Yes, I have. It's just the two of us now.
And we're back with the Pill Pushing Podcast. Thank you, everyone. Laugh track has died. Oh my God, no! He thinks he can host a show.
Who thinks that I should become the new host of this podcast?
Well, see, the best part is, it's
Sorry.
not a democracy, it's a dictatorship.
This is
here.
true.
We can dream though.
You'll make the best dictator.
There's still
All
such
right.
a thing as overflowing.
Go ahead. Keep talking. I don't mind. It's fine.
It really seemed like you did mind.
No.
The whole
It's fine.
storming off.
You just-
kind of was a red
You're
flag.
tearing me apart, Andrea! White Dove, how about you?
Dying of this.
Discord?
I'm sensing a theme here.
Same.
And?
Discord is best built.
Same?
Discord is best everything.
No, come on, Sombra, people. You don't even know anything about him. That's
Who the heck is Sombra?
Exactly. He's awesome.
Alright.
Dark and mysterious and just lonely on the inside.
And he has no
Alright.
ears.
Yeah.
Now,
You shot
White Dove, we actually did have a question that someone grabbed me and shook me about. It's very important. It is just for you.
Do you want to report that?
No, it's fine.
Show us in the know where he touched you.
Okay, laugh track is now.
I like that.
Laugh track.
Volunteering though.
Absolute good job.
All right. But the question is, it's very important. Where is the Flufflepuff plush?
Oh,
My God.
The Flufflepuff plushie was an entry in my OC contest I had here in January. I had 900 entries in that contest for OCs. It was just phenomenal. Every contest and giveaway I've done has just been unbelievably attended, but this one just went crazy with, like I said, 900, and they all sent me pictures of their OCs, and I had to pick one out of that. So we got down to, I think, the top 16, and Flufflepuff was still in this. For those that don't know who Flufflepuff is, it's just a big, fat, fluffy, hardly looks like a pony. It looks like a marshmallow with long hair. But I had a lot of people that were upset that it was still in the running and didn't think I should do it because it was too well known. So, but it didn't make the cut, so I wasn't sure how I was going to make it anyway.
I think would have been a nice.
I got down to the top
Wouldn't it
3 on
been
that
tempting?
contest.
You're like, I just have to make a circle.
I thought I was going to do is just make a ball and put long fur on it and four hooves.
Yeah.
Now, who submitted their OC to that contest? Raise your hands.
Oh my god.
Come on, we got.
That's awesome.
I actually didn't get a chance to myself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot.
There was a lot of entries. It was amazing, and some wonderful ponies. And I could not choose from the top one, so I volunteered to do the top 3. So,
Wow.
so I have 3 now. I have to make
That's
it.
nice
Here's a
of you.
Flufflepuff.
How many alicorns were
There wasn't supposed to be any alicorns because they told them I would only do the regular ponies, and I still had quite a few people that submitted alicorns and said, just make it a regular pony that looks like an alicorn.
What?
Exactly.
Proof that people don't really read on the internet. You would think, maybe, but all right. Well, now that one's out of the way, I think Neil, how about we get one from you? And that's this is also pretty important. When I've seen you at conventions, you're always just very, very high energy, and are you always that excited? How do you get any sleep?
I get sleep because I'm excited during the day. At the end of the day, I'm very tired.
He usually takes some pills that I give him. Thing.
Seems legit.
A better answer is I am an actor. I'm not a famous actor, but
Me neither.
We all know how to voice.
No. You realize that My Little Pony has 4.5 million viewers, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was like stats.
As Hasbro has released numbers, My Little Pony has 4.5 million viewers, and 40% of those are male.
Wow.
That's it?
And just letting you know how important My Little Pony is to Hasbro. I look over their financial statement, they're $10K. It's like that's the only profitable margin they're having is with My Little Pony.
Oh, I'm sure Strawberry Shortcake's doing all right.
Yeah, I know, but My Little Pony is
No, it's not. The only place you can get Strawberry Shortcake toys now is Toys R Us.
Give it time.
All right, BroNEcast listeners, go to Toys R Us, buy Strawberry Shortcake toys. I will make a Strawberry Shortcake podcast if you do this.
Yes.
Wait, is there a coupon code?
No. Not yet. But tell the cashier BroNEcast. Maybe they'll let you in.
Yeah. You never know. There's my listening.
There you go. That works.
Strawberry Shortcast.
Then you go there.
We have our host.
Guys, puns are lazy writing. We accept them on this.
But if I could finish my answer.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead. Sorry.
I am very high energy at conventions because I love to be able to to show that side of myself. I'm generally a very subdued person just in real life, but
Is this not real life?
No.
Like what? Wait, what?
This is the internet.
Is
No,
this
start
going
that
to be
again.
forever?
Yeah, pretty much.
We're not the Matrix.
The red pill or the blue?
You die in
But,
Nebraska, you die
I
in real
enjoy
life.
being able to
Morpheus.
come here and meet lots of amazing people, like Andrea Libman, for example.
Here's another 20. Killing me.
Killing me.
Does that not work if I do it?
Spend on signatures.
You realize this is the Draw Ponies and Andrea Libman show now.
I guess, yeah.
Co-starring like that.
Yeah.
Well,
And Dan.
It's Dan's
This is
show.
really Dan's
And
show.
featuring Dan.
I'm still here.
Yay!
You're important.
Yay.
Aw.
Still the only one that got a present.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
We knew Dan was coming. We had to get him something.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I guess we'll ask one more question, and then I'm going to open up to some of my team to ask some questions, I guess.
All right.
Which is, obviously you all have very different career paths, but what kind of advice would you give to someone who wants to pursue your career and maybe make it their own? Starting with you, Dan, what advice do you give to someone who wants to sell snowboards?
Follow your passion. My passion has always been snowboarding, always will be, and I tripped, fell, and became a snowboard salesman. So just followed the same direction that I wanted to go in, and
Yes, get
So
injured.
get injured and everything will work out.
this is an analogy.
As far as the job that I do or my business, my advice is buy one house and stop there.
But don't you love all your tenants?
Oh, with a passion I can't even begin to describe.
Is there any way that I can get 2 more weeks to pay?
Yeah, and trash the house and yeah.
Get thrown in jail and whatnot?
I help a lot of new artists get started with drawing through my panels that I do at conventions and through my live stream. And one of the most common things that I see is people are just afraid to get their work out there. They're or another problem that I see is that they don't practice. I know that's not. I know you practice a lot.
Yeah.
But I see some artists that are like, oh, I would love to do what you do, but I don't have time to draw. I'm like, well, there's your problem. So I would say, 1, practice, and 2, just go for it. You know, when I started doing conventions, I did not have very good stuff, but I've improved over the past 8 months.
8 months? Wowza. That's fast. My job is really weird and tricky. It's such a niche career. It's such a little tiny piece. And there's so many people that I meet that, I'd love to do what you do. It's really tough. You just kind of have to be, part of it is right place, right time. You know, part of auditioning is, it's what you sound like and what your skills are, but it's also luck. So it is a bit of a roll of the dice, but if it is your dream and your passion, of course you have to go for it. And the best thing to do is practice. Again, practice. You have to put time into it and make a demo and get an agent and get yourself out there and have no fear.
All right, thank you very much. And now let's open up to a couple members of my team.
I've got nothing right now.
I got one. It's for Andrea and Dan. Now, all right, it's kind of like a 2-part question. Which one of you is older?
He is.
Is he?
No.
No? So now I know in my family, I have an older sister, and she used to kind of like beat me up a lot, because when she was bigger and I would do stuff like go into her room. Did you ever beat Dan up? I'll let her answer first, then Dan.
I used to tickle Dan until
Yeah.
he kicked me.
To Dan?
Show us on the doll where she tickled you.
And then I grew up.
And then you started beating her up?
Whoa!
I gotta. We're looking for the truth here.
But we're not making this.
Not.
We're not making.
How
Yes.
dare you?
These accusations. Out of
What
nowhere.
is up with you, Pills?
All right.
This con's getting to you.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh? Go ahead. Oh, yeah, she goes.
Okay.
All right, Miss Andrea Libman.
Yes.
Oh, you want to give her a mic?
Maybe she is very
I can just yell into that one.
teak and mimic.
Okay. You said you've been voice acting since you were 6.
In the mic.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel weird about hearing your own voice come out of like an animated character's mouth?
I just feel weird about hearing my own voice. I was saying earlier, it's like when you listen to yourself on the answering machine.
Yeah.
You're just like, bleh. That's what it sounds like to me. But people seem to like it.
Yeah. All right. Shelton, any questions for yourself?
Mostly, it's for White Dove. What exactly are your rates, and how long does it normally take for you to finish one of your plushies?
You don't have to answer if you don't want to. You can talk about how long it takes, but you don't have to answer about rates.
Yeah, price-wise, I would rather not do that over podcast.
Okay.
But how long it takes, the mares and the fillies, those take me about 24 hours to make, and the alicorns take about 3 to 4 days. Chrysalis takes me over a week because of all the holes in the legs.
Swiss cheese.
So I have to completely complete Chrysalis, stuffed and everything, and then I have to go back and put the holes in the legs. So yeah, I'm not fond of making Chrysalis. But I just made one here about 3 weeks ago. So, but yeah, that's my hardest pony.
I have a question I'll follow up. Have you made any stallions, or are you just strictly mares?
I have made Dr. Hooves a couple times. Actually, one of them was in my giveaway, and I gave away 2 of them.
Nice.
So yeah, I made him 2 or 3 times. I have not made a Big Mac yet. I'm currently working on one for my son. But it's patterned after Dr. Hooves.
Nice.
All right. Thank you. Anyone else? Doctor? Anything? All right. Well, I've got a couple other questions here. Should be pretty easy. Neil, how long have you been arting? We'll go with
Arting.
arting.
Is this a word we're using now?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I have been arting.
I wish you could see his face.
I have been arting all afternoon after I had some baked beans.
Only the classiest jokes here on BroNEcast.
Totally. Now, are we talking about just pictures, or are we talking about voice acting as well?
Let's go pictures, and then we can actually talk to both of you about how long you've been voice acting. But
Sure.
you're 21, right? So
Yeah.
do the math.
Well, I'll answer the art question first. I did a webcomic about 3 years ago. I did that for about a year. I had about 2 people that would rate it on a regular basis. But that taught me the basics of cartooning. I went from absolutely no skill to a tiny amount of skill. About a year ago, I started doodling ponies in one of my classes because I was so bored, and I started posting them on Reddit, and I got help from a lot of artists on there who helped me to improve. So I've been doing pony art for right about a year, and because I've been able to do it full time, I've been able to go from very bad pencil drawings to fully colored digital art, which I would like to thank Andrea for signing this for me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You guys can clap. It's okay.
Come on, guys, clap!
We have to kill time. And how about voice acting for both of you?
What about it?
How long have you been voice acting?
Oh, over 20 years for me.
That is awesome. I've been voice acting for about 6 months. I do voice acting for Pony in a Box Productions, which does Dr. Hooves Adventures and Daring Do Adventures. And people have been telling me for all of my entire life that I should do cartoon voices, which, I'm amazed that you get to do that as your full-time job. I think that is really awesome. But I get to play several characters for that production company that releases their radio plays on YouTube. So you should all go check it out.
Who do you voice for those?
I do Herpy, which I've got here on my button, who is Daring Do's assistant in Daring Do Adventures.
All right.
And I also do I did a voice for a French guard in Dr. Who's Adventures and a couple of other roles. I don't know if any of you have heard it, but it's the one on YouTube with Dr. Hoops and Twilight, and you might recognize Sonic Kazoo, we maintained on all sides by Hoof and Troops.
Excellent. All right. White Dove, you said how long have you been plushing and sewing?
year and a half now. This fall will be 2 years. So I've been sewing for 30 years, but making plushies for about a year and a half now.
All right, excellent. Well, the only other questions I really have left, there's a super cliche one that you've kind of already answered.
How long has Dan been selling
Yeah,
snowboards?
no.
Oh, Dan!
I moved on and I was having to leave. It was good. I almost escaped. What's your deal, man?
How long have you been selling snowboards?
Long enough.
So the only other questions I have are kind of silly questions, but if you guys don't mind, we can open some up to the crowd. Is that all right with everyone here? Does anyone have a question for any of these people?
Come up
at
to the
all?
mic.
Yeah.
Josh.
Wow, all two. You.
Question for everybody, and this has multiple answers to it. What is 1 + 1?
Fish.
Wait, everybody like us too?
Everybody. What is your definition of 1 + 1?
Dan.
Did?
I'll second that.
1 + 1. I would take a more ethereal approach to this question. One person plus one person equals divorce.
Pessimist!
Friendship is magic.
Yes!
Go ahead.
I'd go with 11.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
I see. I'll just say 2. I'm not going to be creative today. Oh! I'm sorry. 1 + 1 is catchphrase.
Yeah. Butters, what do you got?
Stealing my
1 +
catchphrase.
1 is a very tired equal sign.
Yeah.
Or the equal sign before it falls asleep.
1 + 1 equals 1 is no longer the loneliest number.
I'm going to go with a very, very zen approach as I've been studying. Why do you care?
Better.
You just answered a question.
No, that's not the right. You can't use logic in zen, so again, just why do you care? Don't use logic.
All right.
Just
Speakers.
There we go. That's
Any other questions? You in the back with the horse?
White Dove Creations, have you ever considered making a Tom plushie?
A rock. The
Tom plushie.
Tom the Rock. Here comes Tom!
Do it.
The Rock.
I haven't. I've actually kind of stayed away from many of the plushies other than just the ponies. Probably the number one they asked me to make is Discord, and I haven't because I think Magnastorm makes one of the best Discords on the market right now. So I've just kind of left those to some of the other plush makers. That, and I'm crazy about the ponies, so no, I haven't made a Tom.
You just gotta make a rock. You just gotta make a ball.
A diamond shape.
You could just send them rocks.
Diamond-shaped rock.
You could just send them rocks in the mail.
There you go. Say, here comes Tom. Question for White Dove. What was the best plushie you've ever made to date when it comes to ponies?
In what regard?
Just like
Your favorite to make?
like the best one that you have made, the one that you feel like is the most proud of, that you're most proud of.
Probably a chrysalis. I sold a chrysalis on eBay for $2,400.
Whoa!
That's probably the one that I'm the most amazed about. That was the first chrysalis I ever made. I don't sell on eBay anymore. I think the prices are ridiculous. And I don't think it's fair to fans to have to try to bid on eBay and fight eBay prices, so that's why I'm not on there anymore. And I just do private commissions. Probably the ones I'm most proud of, I guess, is my recent pattern, the ones I'm doing right now. And I'm currently working on a Celestia that's just going to be gorgeous.
Oh, I would love that.
It sounds excellent. All right. Do we have any other questions from there? Go ahead.
Again for White Dove.
This is White Dove's panel now.
Ending.
Never forget that.
That just sounds like an excellent sitcom that I would watch.
I would watch that.
If
White
Hasbro ever approached you to design plushies for their company, would you say yes? And what ramifications would need to be involved for you to do so?
In a heartbeat and lots of money.
Right answer.
No, honestly, I wish they would, because if we would ever get together and could get together on the patterns that I have, they could make them a whole lot cheaper than what we can do them handmade. And then the fans would have these type of plushies available to them at a much more reasonable price. And I don't do this for the money. I have a full-time job already. So I do it for the love of it, and my fans are great on VA.
So would you say that you're more concerned about, because of the fact that you have your job right now, you're more concerned about, distributing them as opposed to, the money?
I've given away 27 ponies today.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So I gave away quite a few of them. Last year I ran a food charity contest, I guess you would call it, twice. It was a charity drive for my local food pantry. And we raised $3,300 the first time, and we raised $6,400 the second time. So we've raised almost $10,000 for my local food pantry. And I gave away 4 ponies with each one.
Aren't you giving away a pony at Pon3Con as well?
I am. I'm doing a panel at Pon3Con, and I'm giving away a pony there, and I'm going to be at BroNEcast, and I'm giving one away during that panel there also.
All right.
Wow.
So it looks like I've got a lot of cons to go to.
So, good luck. You kind of you mentioned that you've raised a lot of money for charity, so I guess a lot of people know Bronies for Good and everything that they've done, but I guess of charity work you've seen, Andrea, what do you think your favorite charity that you've seen, or at least maybe the highest amount, or something that's really touched you that you've seen maybe the Bronies do? If that makes any sense at all, the way I just worded that.
I'm confused.
Has there been any kind of act of charity in the Brony movement that you've possibly spotted on Twitter?
Well,
or anything
I mentioned before, or I guess earlier today, that I'm doing a Ride to Conquer Cancer, my bike ride. So it's raised over $17,000 for cancer research so far, and it's all been from small donations, mostly small donations, everyone just giving a little bit, and that all just adds up to a huge amount, and it's all from the Brony community, 100%, and it's just been amazing. Wow. Yeah.
Well, I think on that note, we maybe we'll wrap it up a little bit early, because I know we've got that dinner to, or you guys have that dinner to go to. So, yeah, I guess I'll ask one question. It's not a trick question. The answer should be very obvious to everyone.
No pressure.
What is your favorite? What is your favorite Nebraska-based My Little Pony podcast that you've been on?
Hill Pushing Podcast.
Quiet.
Get out of here! Back in the corner.
The Andrea Neal Podcast.
Yes. They were on White Dove and
Isn't
Dan.
it called the White Dove Dan Show?
Yes.
I think that works out perfectly. Go ahead.
I'm liking the Andrea Neal podcast myself. I think we should each start a podcast. We can have 3 podcasts going and see who has the most followers at the end of the year.
Her.
Oh, snap.
She's on the show. That's not fair.
She already has 4 million.
Well, your laugh track.
But
your laugh track.
Yes, laugh track versus Andrea Libman. Let's see who comes out on top.
You just admitted defeat.
I will admit defeat to Andrea Libman.
Believe in yourself.
It's not a contest.
Well, yeah. It's not a contest.
It's not a contest, but if it were, we would win.
You've already won.
White Dove, Dan.
Peace.
Same question for you guys.
Yeah.
Huh?
White Dove Dan.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, I want to thank you all for coming on to the BroNEcast panel. It's been great to have all of you. We're cutting it a little bit short just because we started late. All of you are welcome on again, especially you, Dan. You can come on again. We can do it over Skype, or if you're wherever at another. Huh?
You can't do it without it.
No, it's gonna be hard. Dan, do you want to be our 6th member?
Do it.
No replace
Be the main
pills.
Gotta talk to White Dove.
Okay. But before we get out of here, is there anything you guys want to say before we take off to anyone who may be listening?
Thanks for having us on. It's been great.
Oh, thank you. All right, that works. All right, we'll
I love you, Mom.
Any bro hoops you want to give out?
Oh yeah, well, I forgot about long distance bro. we don't really have time.
Oh, they got one.
Our long distance bro hoop is basically a shout out section. Do you guys have anyone you want to just shout out on the podcast just because?
I would like to shout out to my friends on the Draw Ponies live stream group who have really helped me the past year. Just an amazing group of people.
All right. Thank you. Andrea, any long distance bro hoops for you?
Yeah, bro hoops all around.
All right.
I feel so special.
Yeah. Oh. White Dove, Dan, any bro hoops? No? Dan, no bro hoops?
Dan, bro.
All right.
Pog just says bro.
Here, go get him, doctor. We'll end it with a bro hoop. All right. Thank you guys for listening to BroNEcast, and thanks for coming to the panel. Have a good night.